Matt has one job, to press the live button. So we're kind of live, but we'll wait, right? We're telling your followers.
Yeah, we'll wait on that.
You're telling everyone. Talk amongst yourself.
Everyone's looking at the camera.
Okay, but whoever, when the tacos get here, you don't eat them until we're ready.
We won't. Just
Okay.
don't go past 2:30 then. They can't.
No, we're not. We might go past 2:30, but don't eat especially the nachos.
Great.
We have beef nachos coming after this. All right, so should we go ahead and start?
We're good, yeah.
All right. Okay, guys. Welcome to IG Live and episode 3 of the new year, season 3, episode 3. Looks like good luck. And this is going to be a great episode. We are going to talk about the closet again. You guys submitted a lot of responses to me about what you were hoping to get out of going through the closet, whether you call it a purge, a redo, a reorganization, whatever you want to refer to it. What you guys got out of it was really interesting.
Yeah.
And so we're going to go through those comments. We are going to put a lot of it into action by showing it on the body and some of the clothing, mostly the fundamentals, but showing the fundamentals with the past, present, and then future spring, which just went live on Vogue.com. If you want to check it out, it's really good. And then we're going to end it with the makeovers.
Yeah.
Which I love the makeovers.
I think it's everyone's favorite
Yeah,
part.
the makeovers are super, they're really exciting. And so I think what I want to say before we jump into the comments that you guys sent us is that what's really interesting that I'm seeing is a lot of you guys have really, you found your voice in your everyday dressing, and that is really exciting. And I know for many of you, it is incredibly calming to find what your off-duty look is. I was going back through some of the lives from, almost 2 years ago now. In April or May, it'll be 2 years. And at that time, we really started out talking about the idea that for most of us, you kind of bifurcate your life where you have style that you figure that you'll wear, like you'll get really dressed up for an event, and then you have style that will be for like your everyday life, for those everyday shitty things that you do, and then you'll have like your workout gear, right? And what you find is, like, if you do a pie chart of your life, like 90% of your life is living your life, doing everyday things. And so to be very dismissive of that part of your life and to not treat it as a place to have your style and not dress up, but style, is to live a lot of your life without style. And since style is very connected to who you are, then you are living a lot of your life without communicating on the outside who you are on the inside. So it's been this really big process that we've gone through, and it's exciting. And I can tell even from the makeovers, I love where we are on the makeovers, where you're like, you know what, this is like my everyday look that I've nailed, and now I want to really take it up a notch. So that's exciting. It's an exciting place. Yay, everyone. And for those of you who aren't there yet, you will be. And I always encourage you, sometimes after I do a post or a live, someone writes to me, they're like, what the hell is a woof? I Googled it, I can't find it. Like, what does that mean? And so really go through the highlights. I am doing a book. It will be out soon, but you'll have the dates later because I don't know all the details yet. But that will be the ultimate Bible. If you also go on to Tibby.com, that is a great place too, where they've got the Tibby Dictionary that really explains everything. But again, the highlights in my Instagram do, I don't want to say a good job, but as good a job as possible of trying to lay out all these different categories that we talk about. But let's talk about the things that you guys DM me. So I asked you, what is it that you're hoping to get out of the closet, redo, or what have you gotten out of it?
Right.
So we've got him here.
So we've got him here. So the first one that we're going to kind of discuss is someone said, how I really want to dress to feel good and like myself in this phase of my life.
Yeah, and there were a lot of you guys who wrote in that maybe there were a lot of moments where you were dressing or buying things that were to appease a parent or a spouse or a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a colleague or
Totally.
you know, it's like those pieces where you got influenced in a bad way.
Right. I feel so often people are like, you know, asking their significant other or their friends, like, oh, do you like this? But what really matters is if, like, you actually like it, because you're the one wearing it.
Yeah, I mean, think of how subjective everything is. Like, everything is so subjective to the individual. There is no clear definition of beauty. There's no even clear definition of good food. I mean, like, Matt today was talking about how much he loves digging into like a plate of nachos at the movie theater. And I think objectively we could say...
I don't know, I'm kind of with Matt. I know exactly what he's talking about.
But you know what I mean? So it's like there's movie theater nachos and then there's like 5-star Michelin, whatever, like, Michelin's not stars, but anyways, you know what I mean. But it's subjective. And the point is everything in life is subjective. So if you do not know who you are and what you want out of something, then you are going to be so whiplashed around by other people's opinions. And so really getting to know yourself has been that first step. And
I think like self-reflection has been just like a big theme for everyone really over the past, I would say, like 2 years. And so, you know, obviously that starts inward, but I do think your closet is really like the foundational place to start for that outward representation of who you are now.
Yeah, and I think, and I mean, it really goes without saying, but I'll say it, like, it's obviously a very challenging time. And if it's not even a challenging time for you personally, it's a challenging time for so many people around you, and therefore it's unsettling and challenging for everyone. And I think that to allow yourself to have this personal reflection does not mean that you aren't very cognizant of what is happening in the world. Totally. And that you're not very empathetic to what is happening in the world. It means that you are doing things that you can do for yourself to make yourself a better person, a better spouse, a better mother, a better friend, a better daughter or son or whatever. And that is not a bad thing. And so I love it that when we asked what you guys are getting out of the closet, there was nothing in there about like the pink is a new black or anything like that. It was deep. That's good.
Yeah, and I think also, like, you know, we really all hold ourselves to, like, the highest standards, and I think, like, give yourself a break. These past years, you know, have been difficult. Like, you deserve to smile and not feel bad about it. You deserve to experience joy, and a lot of us get that through what we wear in our wardrobes.
Mm-hmm. And so someone wrote that this was a time to purge the things that weigh me down and discover like my woofs. And for those of you, what she means by that in terms of discovering her woofs is the woofs are the foundation. They are your core. It's not just discovering like a wide leg pair of pants. It's discovering why you're gravitating towards certain things that always make you feel a sense of balance and calmness. And there are things that weigh you down in a closet. Sometimes like, you know, if you did buy those things because you know, you did have a parent, and I refer to these parents, but my mom never did this to me growing up, but like, if you had a mom who, I see this in dressing rooms, who are like, honey, your waist looks tiny in that, please, you need to buy that. I'm going to buy that for you. Like, you know, if you want me to buy something for you, I'm going to buy the one that makes your waist look tiny.
It's always like, if you want me to buy it, it has to be what I like.
Exactly. And by the way, you have to look like whatever in it. So, those are the things I think that do weigh you down, you know.
For sure.
So getting rid of those is just a way of freeing up and being yourself.
And I think along those lines, you know, someone said that, you know, purging their closet gives them clarity and focus, having a lot of random stuff that makes my mind feel cluttered. And I think that goes with the idea of just feeling weighed down emotionally as well. I feel like, you know, if you're looking at a closet that is overpacked, overstuffed, you don't even know where to start, you're going to feel chaotic.
Yeah.
Like every time I go through my closet and, you know, get rid of a great deal of stuff, I feel better.
Yeah.
Like, I feel better about what I'm doing, what's going on in my world. Like, I feel like I'm just a little bit more organized. Like, the to-do list is never going to end, but at least I can cross one small thing off.
Well, and I think it's like finding what the thing is that gives you clarity and settles you, because there's this guy I listen to his podcast all the time. I love him, and he's this huge believer. He's like, every morning you should make your bed and clean your room. Well, I do not make my bed or clean my room, and if you saw my office,
I make my bed, and
okay,
I feel
right.
better.
No,
You're
right.
great, good for you.
I totally, like, I get that, and I don't like, and actually it pisses me off when my husband makes a bed. I'm like, God damn it! Now I gotta like pull the blanket back, like. I have to. No, he's not as clean as you think. Like, it's fake. It's fake news. Seriously,
he's just like on a pedestal.
Yeah. But so, for me, it's not the bedroom thing. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not good at that. And if you saw my office, you know clearly. But having that closet in a way that I understand it and can get through it, and it is by woofs and in and outs and had to haves. That is my clarity, because what I realized was my chaos when over a year and a half ago, when I started doing these IG lives and we started talking about this, was that the closet really was, you walked in and it was like evening wear, workout weekend, and then office. And like, there were like these lines that did not get crossed in between them, except for that one era of like early 2000s where everyone's like, wear your sequins for days. And that like fucked with my head so bad. But that's not, merging your closet is not about throwing a sequin top on for day and calling it like whimsical. It's about like this really just converging who you are and getting that PDW out of things, that play dinner work, that maximum usage. Because that's the other thing that a lot of you guys wrote, was that doing that purge or doing that reorganization was about really nailing the efficiencies and saving money in the long run by buying less, buying smarter.
Totally. And I mean, just going back to your point about like whether you're making the bed or not, if you think about your morning routine and how much time you probably spend getting dressed right now, if your focus initially is just on your woofs, you're immediately like cutting time, and you feel so much better about it because you're like, I know what I'm wearing is going to make me look great and feel great.
Yeah. And I think too, when I went through this process of writing the book, writing all this stuff out, and Instagram was great for it, because it forced me to write it out in a very succinct way with not too many words, which is the ultimate clarity. That is what this closet thing does for you too. If you really build that pile of things in front of you that make you angry when you look at them, they conjure up bad memories, they make you feel wasteful. When you build that pile and you look at it, that's when you can start to string your common denominators together. You can be like, you know what? Like, for me, everything that I've ever hated in my life has been pink. For what that's like.
It's interesting.
And the clothing collection too. Like, if I go back and
that I know.
Like, there was one season where we did this great like baby pink suit. It really was beautiful. Like, I still never even wore that. Like, no, we're not doing pink here. I'm not. I have too many regrets. I'll probably do pink again, but but it's just so like, okay.
Look out for the pink, everyone.
But I'm not gonna wear it. But I think when you can start to figure out, like, for me, I was able to really figure out when are the things, what is it that I am never wearing? How many things that I buy that had ruffles on them somewhere that, like, I really didn't wear it. And maybe if Balenciaga did something, but even still, like, it never.
And then you're, like, noticing a trend.
Yeah.
In your case, pink, you're like, wow, I never actually wear any of these things, so when I'm shopping in the future, let me not buy anything pink. I know I won't wear it just based on past experience.
Well, and it's also taking those similarities and then building a bigger story to them. Like, okay, if I'm never really gravitating towards pink and I'm really not doing ruffles with a lot of confidence, then what are the dial backs on that? Like, maybe it's like, when it's, especially like things that were pink ruffled, Like that was like, forget that. So how do you bring that then to a bigger level of, so maybe if it is like too superficially feminine, you know, too like hyper in one vein rather than balance, then maybe that is the common thing. When things get way out of balance for me, then I tend not to buy it. Because sometimes people are like, well, I found out that I don't wear pink, oversized, slouchy, ruffled pants. And it's like,
Me neither.
okay, well, but that's kind of hard. Like, that's easy to rule out because, like, how many of those exist out there? So really try and figure out really what it is that you're not
like overall,
buying into.
right?
You know, something that's too loud, too push, but too oddly feminine at the same time. Maybe that's what you're not buying into. So that'll help you not make those mistakes.
For sure. What?
Do you have any other really great ones here? I mean, it's like over and over though. It's like clarity.
I know
calm,
every single
clarity,
one says
calm,
clarity,
like,
and I'm like, I agree. Same.
yeah, because because also that speeding up in your wardrobe. It's not in your closet. It's not like, I mean, like I like being efficient and everything, but it wasn't like. It's not like 7-minute abs here where we're trying to like, you know, really get the workout in like the fastest amount of time, but it's more that what it represents when you can go in your closet and get dressed quickly. What it represents is that you know who you are and that you have the right pieces that quickly settle you and give you that point of view. And so that is really exciting too. So why don't we jump into some clothing then. So we've got Toretta and Allexis and Stella, and we're going to try on some of the clothing. And so each one is grounded in a woof, and then what we've done is we've really mixed it in with kind of the in and out or collection type piece to really show you how to amp it up or take it down a notch. I mean, you guys, the fact that we're in this position where people are feeling that like in their everyday they look so damn good, and now it's just about the dial up or dial down. We're in a good space here. So let's bring out Allexis here.
Hi. So I'm just wearing. Yes. I'm wearing the tropical wool jogger and blazer, the Liam blazer. This is the dark stone color. Everyone's been asking about this because it's so like such an intricate, complex color. People want to know like what the tones are. And I mentioned on my Instagram before that it's really a mix of so many tones. That's why we call it stone, because it's kind of like gray, olivey, brown, army. So you're getting like in different lighting, like it's gonna look different. Right now it looks kind of dark. Outside it can look kind of slate. It just really depends, but that's a part of the beauty of it.
And so what sizes are you wearing?
So this is the small. I'm actually wearing the samples. So that would be like a small.
And you would normally wear like an extra small?
I would normally wear an extra small, but I actually like it in this size because I feel just more like relaxed. I feel like when I'm running around, like I don't want to wear something too fussy, so I don't feel fussy right now.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And so, what size are you wearing in the pants?
A small as well.
Okay, and so in the pants, extra small.
Yeah,
you, right?
I would usually wear an extra small.
For sure, and you can really see it. So, and guys, we're using our samples here, so you know why we're doing this. But what you can see is you've got a little more drag here than I do. I'm filling this out more, so I'm wearing a size small, and I am a size small. And good size or two bigger than you for sure.
So I like with a waistband, I feel like you can go down a size because it may feel a little bit big, but the small is definitely comfortable. Like I don't feel like it's falling off of me. It's just not gonna like sit up here like that.
Yeah, and this is a pant where when you guys ask about sizing, this pant has a lot of wiggle room to it. Now, not this season, but well, actually, hopefully by the end of the spring, we are bringing this pant out in the longer length as well, because I know that has been the only the angry face DMs that I get on it is, you know, for people who are like not 5'5" or whatever, and they're like, I want it bigger, but taller. But so I'm wearing the size small, and you have I got room to grow, right? And this is one where, but this room is intentional, and I think, you know, sometimes you guys, will send me a picture, and you're like, hey, I got these pants, and are these made for like someone 20 inches bigger? And I'm like, girl.
I mean, it's a great dinner pant.
Exactly.
You're comfortable at dinner, you know.
Like, I will leave these on for Mexican afterwards, and they're going to be good.
Yeah, and I feel like it's also great if you're the kind of person who tucks things in, because you'll have a lot of room there.
Yeah.
You won't feel like tight and congested.
And when you do leave it out, it's okay too, because it is coming in and you don't feel like super boxy.
Exactly.
Can we see your top?
Oh,
without?
yes.
So she wears the oversized blazer with strapless.
Well, that's the right balance.
No, exactly.
I mean, I think I'm getting away with it because the pants are a little bit more slouchy. Yeah. And it's like tied in the back, so it's just like a little bit of skin, big slim skin.
Love it, love it. And this one too, like depending, like you can even shift it over and do a little side moment there, which is quite chic as well. So I think this is a great way when we talk about PDW. You know that, well, you'll show other options, but we'll just show the other options instead of trying to talk that loud. All right. And now comes Stella. Stella.
Oh, everyone.
I'm here.
So cute.
All right, so Stella is wearing, and if you'll come up close, Stella, she's wearing, it's got an acid wash to it. It's in the gray denim, and it's the double-waisted denim. Now, you're wearing...
I'm wearing a 4.
4.
But honestly, I'd probably wear a 6 or an 8 just to let it sit a little bit lower on my hips.
I think I would put you in a 4, though, because it's got...
I mean, I could do a 4. It's definitely...
No, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say a 4. I would put you in a 6. I don't think you have to
I was going to say.
Yeah.
I could do... Yeah, I could do
I'm
a 6.
doing a 6. Let's do a 6 because I think that when you have this waistband and then this pencil skirt and then the weight of the fabric, I think
it'll
that
naturally...
Yeah, and there's something about heavier weight fabrics that if you do get them a little bit bigger, even though you might not visually look bigger, that sometimes you feel like it feels too big, you know, when it may not in actuality, but it might just feel too big. So I think that one size up on you is what I would do here. And then, so this is from Collection, right? And this is where I think when you guys are asking like, well, how do I take a woof, which this gray sweater here, and this is the one that's got the cotton bag to it, that we love. We've done this before. I know a lot of you guys who have them, you collect them in all the different colors. But this is a way that like, if this is experimental to you, if this is pushed, then this is a way that like, you're so like in your zone, you know? You really like, it's really, really easy and understandable. And I think too, let's see, she ran out with the brown shoe, but like I think too, like even mixing a
Really
sandal
pretty.
with it or something is super super easy.
Yeah, I feel super relaxed too, so the colors are amazing. Yeah.
And wait, stay here for 1 second because I want to show Toretta here with.
Hey, Toretta.
And so Toretta's got on the jeweled suede slides, which we love. And I'm going to show an up close here of them. And what these jeweled slides do is they give like such a great moment to stuff. And this is one where Hannah had been playing around with her clay. And she had designed the footbed, and it looked like a little bite had been taken out. And it was just an interesting sculptural detail. So the length in this shoe is actually coming out in the back. It's just a good detail, but everyone, you want your shoes to sound like this. So they're really, really good. All right, so why don't you go put on the other outfit? And then maybe you want to talk what?
Yeah.
Let's turn it here.
So Toretta's wearing the Stella tropical wool in the dark stone as well. She's wearing them in a smaller size because she wants to like accentuate her curves and get more of a high-waisted effect. And I think by pulling it up, it also changes the length for her. She's quite tall, so that's good because she can like wear a heel, wear a flat, it doesn't matter. She has on the shoulder pad tee and then the suede bomber that's coming out soon.
Oh, will you go up close on the bomber? I want to show. So that is a super, 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 I can't remember.
It's lamb.
Lamb suede.
Lamb.
Suede, and it's really, really rich. And for those of you guys who, if you loved the leather one that we did for Resort, this is the navy blue suede. So chic. And then also we're going to have it in a chocolate brown.
And
Suede.
I love like it's a deep, deep midnight blue. So it's like you can definitely see those blue tones, but it's like so deep. It's deeper than navy.
And I think also like what's key here is that it covers the bum.
Yeah,
It does. It
when
covers
you
the
turn to
bum.
the side, you want to get that
Your
shape.
pants.
Oh, so you see my
Yeah, because no, but I want to
The
show
voice on
because
the
you guys
side.
are both wearing the Stella Pants here.
We are.
And I think you're wearing them down low and with a heel,
Higher.
and then you've got them up higher.
It's
So I think
above
it's
my
good.
belly button, yeah.
Yeah. And you're wearing a 4. What size are you wearing?
00.
00.
And then also for this pant, this is really good for international customers because we have a few places that are carrying it. So you can check Film, Marquee Space, Muse New Zealand, Net-a-Porters, all of the Net-a-Porters will have it. So yeah, if you're far away, you don't want to pay that shipping, there you go, that's your piece.
She's international.
Perfect. And then your top is the bodysuit.
Yes, bodysuit and a size small. Yes.
Okay, so that's a good example here where she's taken the wolf pant here and then you've really amped it up with that. And then I would say too, Toretta, like if you were going out, like even then, like you've got on the, like going a little at the top here, and this is one of the new colorways in the ear cuffs. I've got the black one on here, but Hannah's done some really new pretty colors for spring, so you can really dial it up that way. And then you're wearing the friend, come back out, Stella, with your, so this is the denim jacket, and this is, I had shown the denim jacket in the regular, the blue denim, and you guys were all asking about it. So this is that body, and this is in the gray colorway.
Yeah, that's great.
It's so pretty.
So
I
chic.
think this just adds a different element with the colors that I have on. It's a little casual, but I love that it's updated. I feel like the gray denim is definitely more updated than the classic denim. So if you're
Yeah.
looking for that, this is great.
Yeah, and I think too, like this is, remember, this is just the ultimate neutral. Like it really goes with everything, even, grab up here, just for color here, like in this, like, you can see, like, even if you've got this bright color, this stone just takes everything down a notch, you know?
Really,
It
yeah.
like, if someone's like, I've got these bright colors in my closet and I bought them on a whim and I never know what to wear them with because it looks really aggressive with black. We know we don't wear them with white. This is a color that you wear them with because khaki feels too preppy
Yeah.
as well. This is your color. So this, like, there's sometimes those ultimate problem solver colors. Problem solver.
Definitely.
And I feel like if you buy like all of these pieces, like including her outfit, the options are so endless.
This is
For
great
sure.
together too.
This is a set, you can break that up and like wear it with trousers, you can wear this blouse a million ways. So this is
Totally.
like a whole closet right here.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Okay. So you're going all with the
staying
men's
here?
shirt. Yeah, stay there for a second. So you've got the striped shirting on.
And this honestly feels so cool. I feel like I could wear this here at the office, but then I was even thinking running around, I could throw on my very well-loved high-top Converse and like be good to go. I just feel like this goes so many ways.
But even like,
So just take this.
So literally just hit this
do
off
you
my
recall
phone.
the name of the designer of the necklace? Well, you know what? We'll post the name of the designer. It's an independent
find it.
designer. But so I think too, like this is when you guys talk about ways to amp things up, like this calms down the skirt for anyone. Like for me, the skirt's a no-brainer. I think it's super easy. There are some of you though who are being like, oh, my friends told me, like, could you not decide on the skirt so you put two on at the same time? Like, you know, there are people like that that will come into your life. But you know that like if you kind of feel like that way too, this is a way to kind of take it all down a notch. But then when you've taken it down, lift it back up here, or even I think playing around with like the red, like these reds are so gorgeous, right? So these we are selling as singles for spring. So you've got the tan and the red and then the black that I'm wearing. But I'm loving this whole like classic thing too.
Yeah, me too.
Oops. Oh my God, it fell on the metal. Anyways, they're beautiful.
They are beautiful.
She's gonna hate me.
But she survived the fall.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Bye. Okay.
So I just
Love this shirt.
I just changed up the top portion, and I'm really into like color coordination and sets right now. So I love this trick where you can like do a bodysuit and then put a matching button down. It doesn't necessarily need to be a matching piece, just like good with the colors, and it just kind of gives you a really chill look, but you look like you tried.
You
without
totally
trying
look
too
like you
hard.
tried.
Yeah.
Yeah, like someone sent me this cartoon the other day, and they're like, it was something like the goal in the closet is just finding those clothing that you don't have to try too hard
Exactly.
in. But actually, I'm totally butchering the cartoon. I'll think of it. It's, like I'm on the spot. It's like, never do stand up. But can you take this off for a second? I love this top, but I think too, what I want to show you is these are some of the for spring, when you guys read the write-up in Vogue today, one of the things that we talked about was that, we don't ever, design, like we've said, we don't go around and design like, oh, this season was about frogs in Scandinavia. Our themes are more about what we're really feeling for at the moment. And I think that even this is our 25th year anniversary, but even for us, the last year and a half has been a real like finding what our core is. And now that we really found it for spring, it's like, now that you found it, you want to just find ways to like take it up a few notches, really fold in those real collection pieces and those had to have moments. So like here's one of Hannah's earrings that is just really incredible. And it's kind of like, you guys can see how light it is by me doing that. Can you, you can hear how light it is, right?
Yeah.
But I think that like the pant that you just had on with the white shirt, that you could do anything at any stage in your life, and like with this, you're totally like,
Yeah, you're like out on the town. It's like a summer night maybe.
and I'm not dating, obviously, like, but you are. Is this like an ultimate like?
Bring up my date.
And I have no idea. You could be going home and be like, Amy's constantly like hooking me up with people, but it's like, is this like a first date thing? Like you don't know.
Like it's like a summer night. You're going for a walk and like a casual dinner. Like that's cute. Yeah.
But you've got your bases covered.
Yeah, because you definitely look dressed up. You look like you're going somewhere, but you're not like doing too much.
Well, and like sometimes when a date picks you up and they're like they were taking you to Taco Bell and you're dressed for like whatever.
I don't know if I'm going to Taco Bell.
You're like no. See ya. But you know what I mean,
yeah.
right? So you've got options because it is, it is hard for the person if they open the door and you're super dressed and they're like in jeans and sneakers and you're like, shit, we're like totally going to two different places. So this, if they show up in a coat and tie, or if they show up in something like just cool or sneakers, you don't feel, you've hedged your bets all around without like becoming average.
And then by adding this, you just like take it to the next level.
Yeah.
Like this is the statement. But that's what's so great about like the fundamental pieces, because you just add a few things and change the vibe.
Totally. Cool. Right. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, so here comes Miss Stella. And oh my god. Sorry, she's tripping over here.
Necklace malfunction.
Well, actually, before you come out with your necklace malfunction, I do want to talk about one little hack here that I get asked a lot about, was the earring hack. I bring that up in a lot of my IGs. So the earring hack here is taking a cheap little earring, and by cheap little earring, I mean something that literally hopefully is like in a $2 or $3 range, and you want it to be a cheap little earring because if you're like me, you're going to lose them a lot and oftenly is not a word. So what this does is, I've got on a shorter sweater here, so it's not the best example. But if I wanted to hike up my sweater like this, so if I didn't want to tuck it in, but if I leave it out, I feel maybe a little more squared off. If I want it to just come up like this, so I'm hedging my bets, right? I do a lot of hedging, but instead of hedging, think of it as like balance. So what I'm going to do is I just folded up the sweater like that, and I'm going to take the earring, and I'm going to take the smallest part of the earring loop here, and I just put it through, okay? And then I'm going to click it. So now this is staying up, and this is out. I have also like bought like little cheap diamond ones and everything, and I actually use them and show them on the outside, and that's an option as well, and then that becomes like a little accessory in and of itself. But this is the great hack here. And then what's great too with this sweater from Fundamentals, if you guys have this is a sweater where you can pull your arms out and be really relaxed, or I'm going to take this back out because if you have the sweater just down, another option here. Wait, how did we? Oh yeah, here we go. I'm like straight jacket. But you can also do that as well and make it more of like a little shawl effect. So this sweater is, I mean, it's the one that we all live in. We all travel in it, and you're great hedging your bets with this one. All right, so come on in. Are they eating tacos? They better not be.
They did leave to go get lunch.
No, the tacos.
No tacos.
I'm just kidding.
Okay,
I don't know.
sorry. All right, so we're coming out now. You got on the brown Fundamentals t-shirt, and I think you're leaving the boots on for ease of everything, but I think here, like, this is where you've got so many options, and again, like,
Sure.
dates, friends, brunch, or whatever. So here's the suede version, and sorry, I've worn these to death already. And what I love about why we did these on the suede was because, like, suede and rhinestones, like, they're like little friends. It really takes it down. But then we also have, for any of you who loved the Byron Sandal was the Byron the puffy one?
Mm-hmm.
The puffy sandal, right? That was so comfortable, right? We did it in like the gold and the white and everything. So what I've done this year is we did it in the puffy wide straps, but I was creating something with a little bit more of a narrow strap and a little dressier option on it. So I just wanted to, I don't want to say like feminize it a bit, but it was like for me personally in my closet, I had all the Birkenstocks, I had the Celine version of the Birkenstocks, and I had the Byrons, and they were doing that kind of chunkier moment. So I wanted something that would still be as comfortable as the Byrons, but give a little more dressiness to it. And this I would totally wear with what you're wearing.
Yeah, I would
as
too.
well.
And it's so easy, and these
Yeah.
are so comfortable. I will say, the shoes that we did for this collection are some of the most comfortable shoes I've ever put on.
Super comfortable.
Yeah, and they look great too, so it's bonus.
Yeah, it's so rude to not be comfortable. I really
It is rude.
Very, very rude. And again, I do think like when you are talking about what problem solvers are in your closet, what do you want to really keep? Having those elements that, just when you're thinking about what earrings or anything to purchase, think about these things as a category of like the elements that will just like lift something up. And so many of you guys, when you sent me outfits to like redo, I was like, damn, all you need is like a great earring, and then you're gonna feel that next level up. Like there's some really simple little fixes there. So, okay,
Thank you.
thank you. I love this.
Yeah. This shirt.
And love it with red.
Yeah.
Again, like, because this is super color too.
Yeah, and I feel like with my hair, it kind of sets it off a little bit.
Love it.
This shirt is so like 90s for me. I love that about it. And I just think like tucked into the jogger, because the fabric is more loose, it looks so good. You don't look like you're going to be fussing all day or it's coming out. So definitely a great option.
And this top was really important when Tracy and I were designing, because we were craving a top that like it wasn't cotton, but we also sometimes like a silk top can feel a little too ladylike, you
And
know.
a little dated.
Yeah, and so I think Sarah's wearing a silk top right now, so she's
Listen.
She's like,
listen.
Listen, this is like whatever.
I mean, like a glossy silk top.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, but so what the key is the drier hand to it, and that's where you know, I always wish you guys could kind of reach into the internet and feel like on the website the hand of things. So this jersey has like a lot of give to it, but it's in a very dry hand. And if any of you guys were around in the early 90s, Equipment used to be this independent brand that was like fabulous, and everything was always these like dry jersey fitted tops, and that's what I loved in the late 90s, and that's what we were really hoping to get out of
Yeah, I definitely see that.
Yeah.
Like so 90s.
But Equipment now,
No longer.
Right.
well, I mean no, but it's just, it's not that,
It's
like,
not the same.
yeah, it's not that, it's printed silk top, so
Yeah.
it is what it is. But this
Yeah.
I love. It used to be just those dry, no, anyways, no hate. Alright. And this is amazing.
This is the one.
This,
Love this.
we love this.
Yeah.
If you do go onto Vogue.com and you look at the collection, this was shown with the matching skirt. And the skirt has a little lining piece you can take in or out. And then the top is not lined. And this transparency is really interesting. Do you mind like kind of going back to the, so
Sure.
it really is meant to see through, but not, like there's transparent. Sometimes things are so transparent that I'm like, do I need to see this
Right.
curve in my like,
Right.
yeah, I don't need to see everything.
Comfort level sheer, like
Yeah,
you feel comfortable.
comfort level sheer.
Yeah, for sure.
Comfort level sheer.
Rolling off the tongue.
It's just like coming up. So, and again, this is a really pretty lemon yellow, and
Beautiful.
it's so good with the stone color here.
And I'm just
I love
wearing like
this.
my own personal leather bandeau top underneath. I
Yeah.
just, I thought that was pretty cool underneath. So
Yeah,
do what
when
you
I was
want.
doing this, I had it on with a black bra. We also had it in white, and I really I loved it. But it is comfort level sheer. It's not
Yeah.
like vulgar. And I think too, like if you were really going out, like
Mhm.
this,
And I-
it's like another way to just like set it off to another
Sure.
level.
Mhm.
So you guys really like feel comfortable playing around with all these different looks and really mixing those woofs with your, this is an in and out that actually, like it might rotate out of my closet, but I would keep it forever.
For sure, yeah.
It's a
It's
cute
good.
one.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
we just complemented it with the Olas in navy. I thought that was a cute touch.
I love the navy with this.
Yeah.
And a lot of you guys asked what color to wear with the Olas. Earlier today I was wearing the black. The navy are so chic here.
Yeah.
And then the burgundy, of course, we did get one more box of the burgundy, and I posted last night about it. I think a lot of them are gone by now, but anyways, we'll see. So, thanks. What do you say?
Nothing.
No. Feel left out. They're gossiping. All right. So you're wearing that transparency. It was something to the theme of the collection, and again, saying that themes come from someplace a little bit deeper than something like a picture that I saw. We were craving lightness, a little bit of just lightness, like everything's been quite heavy, so lightness is good, and you communicate lightness through the dryness of the hand, through the lightness of the fabrics, through the sheerness. And then this piqué, I think, is really, really interesting as well, because you've got the full coverage of this polo knit, but do you mind going a little bit closer?
Yeah, you definitely have some netting. It's kind of like almost like a cover-up vibe, but you can definitely still wear it out in the fall and layer it over a bunch of pieces.
Total PDW here. Absolutely. Shorts on the weekend, like in the office, and then out at night, for sure.
And the length is really great too, because
Yeah.
it's kind of like giving you that chill vibe.
And you've got, the back has the bit of a cocoon element here, so you got the drape, and because I do love a good polo shirt, but when you take a polo shirt and you do it quite literally,
So preppy.
yeah, you just like, and I think a lot of the things you guys sent me when little closet hiccups that you were having, it's kind of like they were viewing CMC through the lens of like, this top needs to be classic, and then I wear it with a modern pant, and then I wear it with like a chill jacket, and then I become CMC. And it doesn't work that way really, because what happens is those pieces don't all come together like you're baking a cake or something. They actually kind of stay a little bit separated, and you don't ever feel like really yourself. So really, when the top manages to be chill, you've got the drop shoulder, you've got the looser back here, it is obviously classic. It's a polo, it's white, it's knit, and then it's very modern. The proportions are really modern. You've got the the enlarged piqué holes. So it's chill, modern, and classic in one item, and that's the holy grail that you're kind of going for.
Definitely.
Love it. All right. Okay, are you guys ready for the makeover time? Let's do that. I'm going to have our nachos. I can't wait. Why don't you do that one? That was the wedding
Okay.
in August.
Got it.
Yes.
So one lovely customer sent us this image, and the first thing that we kind of felt was that it needed to be an open toe shoe. I think that the shape of the dress, the vibe of the dress, wasn't right with the like pointed traditional pump, so to speak. Even though it's pink, the pink does not offset kind of almost like the stuffiness of a pump.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what
it is.
what that rule is.
Right.
Because you're right with that, and I think that's why if you're going to wear the pump,
it has to be like something a little bit more formal, the one shoulder. I think even it's like the thicker strap.
I think it's a chill modern classic
Yeah.
thing though, because I think here, like you're thinking, well, the dress is very chill,
Right.
and then the shoes are really classic,
Totally. That's the perfect
and they
example.
don't work together. So I think what you want to do is find that dress that embodies that chill modern classic, because when you have that dress that embodies it, you can then go super chill on the shoe or super classic,
Right.
and it's all going to work.
Right.
And really, guys, the thing to look for is in the dress that she sent us here, it's a cotton dress. It's a little more bohemian in vibe.
Exactly.
It's good,
Yeah.
but it doesn't work with the pump for those
Right.
reasons.
Right. So we also wanted to see it with a blazer, and then again pops of colors with the accessories. We went with a green open toe and a yellow, which are super nice and complementary to this like brown taupey color.
And I gave her a
And
bright white earring here too. So, and again, this is one of Hannah's little creations. But all that black and brown in the summertime,
Totally.
like you want to brighten it up.
Totally, and I think the beauty of this is that like when she takes the black jacket off, it's
Yeah.
still a cohesive look. Like it's not like
You don't lose
you
it.
don't lose it. It's
Right.
not like you're like I have to keep this jacket on the entire time at the
Yeah.
wedding, or like when you put the bag down. Like I always think about those things. When I'm like,
it's
am I
like-
losing the look? Like
And you are a lot of times. So you want to
Exactly.
have like those other elements there.
Totally.
So you guys, I'll post this up very tight and in focus in the later stories.
Mhm.
But we love it. Just it's about brightening it up and making the whole look feel very purposeful.
Yes.
Which is what she was saying. She was not feeling as purposeful as she wanted.
Totally.
So the next look, I'm going to give you these to show, and I'll show this. So this one, this is a really good example. Like, it's a good look, right? Like anyone would look at it and think, damn, I would like to look like that. And she's happy, but she's like, I want other options, right? So one of the things too is give the top a little modernity. So here I put shoulder pads in because you can see this is nice, but this has got this little bit more open neckline, and it's all a little bit eased out. So giving it some structure with the shoulder pads there just gives it some you can just Google shoulder pads. We even sell them separately at the Tibby store. So little shoulder pads there. And then the next option that I did here was a trick of giving it a bright white shoe and then the brown belt. So remember, we don't care about if we're matching our leathers, and in fact, it's better when they don't match. And then I did a trick here with the neckline, which is really important. I'm just gonna show you guys a safety pin. I do like to order safety pins in different colors. It's helpful, but if you have, okay, we've done, to me, the perfect neckline, right? I love this neckline. But if this sweater were like this is when it becomes like the average sweater, right? And a lot of us, like you guys, a lot of you have that in your closet, and you know, it just, these necklines happen. So what you can do is you can easily fix them. So just take a safety pin, go to the back, fold over the sweater or the top just a little bit and secure it with a safety pin on the inside. And then when you bring this neckline up, it becomes instantly more modern. So you can see on her here versus here, see, the neckline is just a little more interesting. Of course, we gave her a red earring. I took her face off here, but she didn't have any jewelry on. We like jewelry, like use it strategically, but bring that neckline up. Brown, white is good. And then the piqué top that Allexis just had on, it also comes in the baby blue. And here, I've just put it with, this is one of our slides from spring as well, which is really great. But any kind of simple ballet flat here is chic, and then I mix it with a brown belt because, again, we don't need to match our leathers. But something that is exaggerated in proportions, the ease of the denim seems to feel the most modern when something's coming up quite high, right? I mean, you had some.
Yeah, and then kind of, you know, going off what Amy was saying with the higher neckline and the brown belt, we've kind of done the same thing here, but we've added the jeweled Julius from spring. This one is the black leather. And again, you don't need to match your leathers. I think like people are so afraid to mix and match, like even dark brown and navy, like just go for it.
Yeah, and this one's really cool too. Like if you do it with the bodysuit, I think doing it with that sandal,
Totally.
like is such a, because bodysuit and ballet flats,
It's a little like you're
little,
on your
little.
way to dance class.
Exactly. So I think that the bodysuit there with the sandal is really great.
Yeah, and I think like, you know, we talk a lot about how these pieces shouldn't just be for one specific thing. We want them to be like really versatile, and I think the shoes for spring really do speak to that.
Yeah.
Like this jeweled sandal or the jeweled flat that Amy's wearing, you're wearing to an event, but you're also wearing to work. You're also wearing out. Like they are PDW in the shoe form.
Totally. So you want like Tibby or not Tibby or whatever, when you think about shoes that you need in your closet, you're thinking, what are the shoes that are going to just instantly level up an outfit?
Totally. And then, you know, the last one we went with, again, a higher neckline with the top, but we decided to pair with our favorite tropical wool pleated skirt. Again, this is the dark stone, which we're really loving for spring, and we did the Ola patent sandal. And the patent really just brings in a little bit of shine, just a little added something. And, you know, Stella was really raving about the shoes. These in particular have like a padded toe box, which literally makes them comfortable. Like every detail was thought of. So it's not just like your average.
And so on the sizing on these, I've had a lot of questions about sizing. So this is the low heel, which is about an inch. And then this is the higher heel, which is at 3 inches. And so if you guys bought the, I can't remember the name of it, but it was the one with like the little knotted straps from this past spring. Or if you bought the Scotty Larkin, you've been here 4 months. And so if you bought the Larkin, if you bought the Sam or the Scotty, it's the same footbeds. You're going to take the same size that you have bought before. People have asked if they run true to size. That's a hard question to answer sometimes. The way I put it is I am a 39.5 in Margiela, Dries, and Jill Sander, and I am a 40 in Celine and in Prada. I wear a 40 in Tibby. Okay, so do you find the same? Or?
Yeah, well, Prada runs more narrow
Yeah.
than any other shoe, so I'm
Yeah.
always sizing up in Prada and Miu
Yeah.
Miu. Yeah.
Okay, so then
So valid. That was
so
a-
maybe we run on the more narrow side
Yeah.
of the Italians. Yeah.
Exactly.
So there you go. Yeah, because Margiela and Demillemeesters, like I'm 39 in Demillemeester.
Totally.
Like,
Because,
it's always
yeah,
very
the
wide.
sizing there runs like
Yeah.
a little bit different.
Yeah. All right, guys. So I hope you enjoyed class. We will put the makeover pictures up. And any questions on where these things are available, it's at allexis.tibby. And a lot of you guys have been writing too, asking for style help and information on sizing and information on what is coming. And please reach out to any of our stylists. They'll FaceTime with you. They're the best.
They're amazing. They're
They're
so
incredible. So go for it. Did you eat all the food?
No, my sister's
Did you eat
watching.
the food?
I didn't. It's in the kitchen.
It's in the kitchen. All right, guys, we're going to go eat. All right, bye.